well, that was bitterly disappointing. I think first half it was just two teams who were scared to lose in truth, and I think that carried on for Rovers anyway, up until we obviously conceded. It just baffles me that, you know, we've got 25,000 fans on, over 25,000 fans on today, 4,000 of which are Burnley. So typically speaking, Rovers will get about 12,000, 13,000 home fans on a game. So we've got an extra 8,000 men behind us, well, men, women, kids, and we bored our fans to death. That second half, our support was just so flat because we weren't giving the players weren't giving the fans anything to cheer about at all. Obviously, that first half we were very vocal and we kept the Burnley crowd extremely quiet. I think they had about 3 chances to sing the entire first half in truth, and that was credit to the fans just, you know, singing their hearts out. But that second half, there were times where you could hear a pin drop, and I'm thinking to myself, is this really a derby game? You know, neither fans were making any noise before Burnley obviously get their goal, and then, you know, suddenly the away fans decide to wake up. But it just so disappointing today that, you know, we didn't give them a game. And like I said, we looked too scared to just break. There were so many times where a ball could have been played over the top or down the line like we usually would at home against any other opposition, but every single time it's a cutback, it's the easy pass because you don't want to get caught out on the counter. But you ain't going to win a game unless you do that, and we were well on top that first half in terms of the support and whatnot, and if we'd have used that momentum with the fans behind us, could have gone on and got somewhere. But, you know, it's if, buts and maybes, and I don't say this often, but Eustace has got it wrong today. He really has. I think in terms of the team, it was probably the best we could have put out, with a depleted squad, a squad that's really in need of a January window, and I think it's unfortunate that this game has, you know, come right at the start of January when, you know, we will make a few signings that we desperately need. Not to say obviously Burnley wouldn't have made some signings, say if this game had been played in February, you know, but I think we saw the frailties a bit of our squad today with, you know, obviously Maktar up front, who did a job, put himself about by all means, and is so passionate and is exactly the type of player you want in this kind of derby game, but he isn't a goal scorer. I think we can all see that. I think I've seen him his entire time he's been here have like 2-3 shots. You know, obviously he scored his header at Wednesday. In terms of just getting the ball at his feet and shooting, I think I've seen it only 2-3 times, which I'm not sure why. But, you know, you're starting Maktar, you've got Baker in the midfield, who was, I thought, the weak link at times today. It just looked just panicked at times, just doing silly hoofs and silly passes when he didn't need to, and it does make you think, like, if Trav's playing today, could it have been different? Who knows, I suppose. And, you know, if Yuki was on the pitch as well, and, you know, obviously if we'd have had Harry Picker in, maybe put Owen Beck on the left wing. But end of the day, I don't think either team played particularly well, but I can't sit here and say that we deserved anything more than we got. We just did not give them a game, and kind of serves us right in a sense. It's disheartening, but yeah, I mean, you know, they've had 2 chances all game. Pears has saved 1, and the other one's gone in. And And as for us, did we even have a chance? If you ask me. It's just a shame Gay was offside for that little tapping he got, because that would have certainly got the fans off his back if got a goal against Dingoes. But yeah, I don't know what more to say, to be honest. Obviously disheartened. Seems like we're in our annual winter slump, it would seem. And yes, as good as the draws were against Sunderland and Leeds, we haven't won now in 5 games, which obviously isn't good enough. Yes, we've played 3 really hard teams in that run, got 2 points from 2 of them, but you can't afford to be losing Hull at home, Millwall away. You need to go there and at least get a point, in my opinion. So the next couple of games are slowly turning into must-wins if we're serious about making the playoffs, and we have no right to be anywhere near the playoffs, in truth. This team was tipped to go down this season by pretty much every neutral supporter after losing Smodics. How do you replace all those goals? So don't get me wrong, we're punching way above our weight, but we find ourselves where we are, and whether we like it or not, we are in a race for the playoffs. But with Oxford, who've got Gary Rowett in charge now, and he's changed their fortunes, I'm not confident going into that game. And then Pompey, they've turned their fortunes around a little bit. So yeah, it's not looking good for us. I'm just hoping we can get some signings in that maybe galvanise the team a little, and some fresh legs as well. It won't go amiss, that's for sure. But yeah, in terms of today, it's a shame. You've got those extra fans on. We should have given Burnley a game today. Obviously if we'd have won, the attendance for the next game the next Saturday game, the next game is Wednesday, so it probably wouldn't have gone up that much for Pompey. But Coventry at home, you'd like to have thought we'd have seen a good boost of at least a couple thousand fans turning up if we'd have turned those over today. But no, we put in a abject performance, a really disappointing one. And yeah, even if we'd have given a game and lost, at least we could feel somewhat proud of ourselves. But there's absolutely nothing to be proud of today. And I think they're lucky as many fans as they did stayed in the end to give them a clap, I'll be honest with you. Not that a lot did, many were off. Your part-time fans were off, and 15 minutes to go from the Riverside, you slowly saw that go back to its usual capacity once the part-timers had gone. But yeah, the run continues, unfortunately, and obviously we had our time on top. 23 years or whatever it was, or 30 odd years, I can't even remember now. And now it's their time on top, I suppose. Just have to hope that maybe this fixture's being played in the Prem next year between the two of us, or hopefully we're in the Prem and they're not, but can't see that happening, unfortunately. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Not much more to say than that. You'll see me next for my vlog against Portsmouth, I guess. Cheers.